Hi, I'm Scott Kimball, and welcome to Small Town Life right here on the Studio 25 Podcast Network. We have got a great show lined up for you today, but before we bring our guests in, I'm going to bring my co-host and my producer, my partner in crime, if you will, Mr. Dave Warner.
Yep. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic. I know you're thinking hockey, not basketball. That's what we're going to get into. But
hey, that's not till Friday. So
okay, all right.
And I know you're in such a good mood because you found a new program or something that you've been...
something I've been playing with, but yeah, you never know.
Yeah, so...
Go for it.
Yeah, all right, enough of that.
Yeah.
So, this area has been blessed to have so much basketball talent come through here through the years. And with us today are two of the best that have ever played this game in Central New York. We've got Alexis Kress from Little Falls, and we got Madison Marusic from Herkimer. Ladies, thank you for joining the show.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you here, and I'll tell you, watching you guys through your basketball career has just been a treat for all of us right here in Central New York. And, of course, what makes it special for you two is that you guys, big rivals on the court, but you're best friends off it. So when did this basketball sisterhood start?
Well, we've known each other since pre-K, but we first started playing basketball, I think 5th grade. We did 2 AAU teams together, which were called Valley Girls and Lady Knicks. And
I think we played together in little youth leagues too.
Mm-hmm.
While playing on the same team also. So we got kind of both sides to it early on, being on the same team and playing against each other.
So you've always lived in Little Falls and you've always lived in Herkimer?
Mm-hmm. Well, we went to the same school.
Oh, you went to the same school, okay.
I went to Herkimer until 3rd grade, and then I came to Little Falls. So that's kind of how we became friends. We went to the same babysitters. And then we kind of I feel like we kind of stuck together through basketball though. I think we started playing on the same team in 5th grade.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that was the AAU, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, for those who don't know, describe to us what AAU is. I mean, it's youth basketball, but it's not really school based, is it?
No, it's more like just club. It's a lot more competitive and aggressive than school ball, I'd say.
Would you agree with that, Madison?
Yeah.
I knew you would because she started giggling as soon as you said that. I was like, oh boy. I go, here we go. So, obviously you're both very prolific basketball players. You're both 1,000-point scorers, tremendous accolades all across the board. So, but describe what makes your games unique. I'll start with you, Madison.
On the court, I'd say I just do what I need to do for my team, and if someone needs to score, I'll put my effort into score. I'll run back on defense and just do what I need to do to help my team out. And that's just how it's always been since I was 8th grade, on varsity. Even if I was scared, I would just put in the effort, and it did good for me.
How about you, Alexis?
I'd say with my game, a little bit of both. I'll shoot the ball, sometimes make it, but
I would say far more often than not. So,
but I'm also not afraid to drive to the basket and either try and get a layup or try and draw a foul. And then I'd also say I like to use my experience that we have on AAU and all of the years from basketball to help my teammates out, and during the game on the court, tell them where to be and help them out. And I think that's been my big role on the team.
So, I was told that Madison has a nickname, and it's Mad Dog. So I've got to ask about this. I don't know if I should be asking Alexis or I should be asking you. How does this Mad Dog nickname come about?
Honestly, I don't even know when it started, but my friends just started calling me Mad Dog because they thought I was just good in sports. I don't even know when the first time I heard it. It just started coming up. I'd shoot and score, and people would be like, oh, that's Mad Dog. The soccer announcer for soccer, they started calling me Mad Dog on the announcements, and my friends just started it, and everyone now calls me Mad Dog.
No, I thought, Alexis was going to chime in and say, well, no, it's because she runs everybody over on her way into the lane, All right, so, like I was just saying, accolades galore for both of you. But you said you started in AAU. You both played varsity at the 8th grade level, which is not a usual thing for not only just girls basketball, but for really any sport. So you both started with it. So yeah. So I mean, being amongst the first to be able to do that, describe that process for us, Alexis. You know, how did all of a sudden you're an 8th grader, and oh my goodness, I'm playing varsity.
Yeah, I kind of always knew. Like in 6th grade, I started the summer league with the varsity and JV teams to get ready to be on JV in 7th grade, and it was definitely new at our school, and no one else had done it before. So then in 8th grade, going into varsity, I think it really helped me that we had a great group of, like, my sister's grade, and I had always kind of played with them and been with them, so it made me more comfortable being an 8th grader. And I wasn't really afraid to mess up with them, and I think that really helped me grow into the player I was, and then going into 10th grade, and there was no one really above us, so I think early on I had to show my leadership on the team.
Yeah, because you guys really had a young team when you started, and it's basically that group that just kind of carried all the way through for the 5 seasons.
Yeah, once we lost that senior group my freshman year, there was only one only one older girl above me, so it was pretty much me and her for a while, and then just me.
You know what, I have to tell you, too, Dave also played as an 8th grader, but they had the peach baskets. So, it's...
and there was a lady sitting there just, sewing the nets.
He truly was a Herkimer original.
Hey, you're so bad.
Well, hey, So how about for you, Madison? Because you started off as an 8th grader on the varsity level as well.
So I think it was the year before I was in 7th grade, like in the summer, going into 7th grade. I also did the summer league with the older girls. Coach Kelly Cooper, she asked me if I wanted to play, just to be able to play over the summer, do something. So I said yes, and then I got asked to play for JV in 7th grade, and I was too scared to, so I didn't. So my 7th grade year, I moved up to the 8th grade modified team, and then so my 8th grade year, I was gonna try out for JV. I wasn't expecting to play varsity because at the time they had the whole team was seniors and juniors, and it was a COVID year, so everything was weird. And I was like, I'm just gonna play JV. And then the varsity coach, she took me out of practice and was like, I need to talk to you. And she was like, would you like to move up to varsity? And I was nervous, but I was also that happy feeling. And so I said yes. And then there were some games I started, some games I didn't. It was just a new thing because I was nervous and everything, but it ended up being good. My coach was very supportive, she was took me, if I had gotten in my head, she would just be like, oh, you can do it, just you're an 8th grader on varsity, it's not normal for this. And so
it sounds from the both of you that coaching really has had a big influence on both of you throughout your high school career. So, Alexis, we'll start with you. How about the coaching that you've had? Tell us about how much of an influence that's been and how much it's helped you.
Yeah, Miss Swinger has definitely had a huge influence on me. Going from little 6th grade me to playing summer basketball with them, I was terrified of her. That's when she would still yell. She's kind of calmed down a bit. She doesn't yell as much as she did. But I think even right from when I was in 7th and 8th grade, we've always just had this bond that I would go to practice and we'd be able to talk and joke around, and it just made me feel comfortable, and I think that definitely helped turn into my game that I would play. Just knowing that she was going to support me no matter what, and I think just being able to go to other basketball games together and scout other people, and she would even bring us to practice sometimes. We just had a great bond over the years, and I'm really sad to be leaving her, and I think she could say the same.
I would definitely say so, and Coach Munger certainly has developed into she is a basketball coaching legend around here. How about you, Madison? Some of the things that you've learned from your coaches over the years.
Well, over the years, I've had a lot of coaches. My dad, for one, and my dad did a good job. He was gotten me into the sport. He played basketball when he was younger, and so he was kind of just he introduced me to basketball, pushed me, supported me, and Coach Cooper, she was she brought me up as a tiny 8th grader, and she always knew what to say and knew what to do. If I was in my head, she would just yell at me. She would be like, "Get out of your head, you can do it." And that game against Little Falls at home this year, I had a bad attitude. I was in my head. I was getting frustrated at myself, and she actually benched me for a few minutes, and then she told me, "Go out there and do better." And she knew what to say, and she knew how to help me, and I ended up scoring my second career high in a game. And so thanks to her. But like my AAU coaches, I've had 2, Tom Torsha and Eric Flutie. Tom, that's where I got all my skill from. He just put in the work. When we were tired, he would just tell us to keep going, and that we're not actually tired. We have to push through it. And I think how I play now, like my AAU coaches has had a huge impact on my skill and my motivation and they just have had a huge impact on how I play and my mindset as a player.
And, you both said something very interesting. And so far as coaches go, sometimes, if you think that you're being yelled at, a lot of times they're doing it out of love for their players, and they're trying to motivate them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
You also mentioned your dad was one of your coaches. Now that you're the basketball star, I got to ask you, game on one-on-one, do you take them? Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I'm going to be getting a text message from him as soon as this.
Yeah, you will.
But like I said, though, throughout the years, the player of the weeks, the honors, both of you 1,000-point scorers. Alexis, we'll start with you. Some of your favorite memories from your playing career in Little Falls.
I think my top one to mention is obviously scoring my 1,000th point, being against Madison. And the whole act of her passing me the ball, and even though I missed.
I remember that moment. She was just standing there watching you, waiting for it. It was awesome.
I tried to fake the pass, so it doesn't look.
Her uncle actually printed us out on a canvas, a really cool picture. It's me going up for the layup, and she's just standing there smiling. So it's actually on my wall. So that's really nice. And then I think just being able to play with my sister the couple of years that I had her, that was probably one of my favorite times, just being on the court together. And probably any time this season, last season, the season before, being with Adriana and Andy, I just love playing with them. And I'm mad that we don't get more.
Yeah, well, Dave got the picture there with Madison, and that, I tell you, that was something that was it was so special to see that. Obviously, Herkimer and Little Falls are huge rivals.
Mm-hmm.
No, anybody who's around here knows that. But the pure look of joy on your face was something to behold. And like you see, you're like, oh my God, I hope this goes in, right? but no, it was such a wonderful moment. But for you, Madison, of course, you're a 1,000-point scorer yourself. So tell us that feeling and some of your other favorite memories.
The feeling of me scoring was probably one of the best feelings I could ever feel. It was just it just felt so unreal. Knowing that all the hard work I've put in over the past years, it's just finally happening. And especially being the third girl at Herkimer to score it, I think it's just a very special moment for everyone. And at Herkimer, there's a new 1,000-point scorer. We haven't had this in over 20 years. And it just makes me feel good about myself because all that hard work I've put in, I didn't actually think I was ever going to get it at first until I knew I got to score, I got to do this. If I want to accomplish something, I have to put in the work. But after I scored it, everyone was just out of their seats and just cheering. My parents, they came up to hug me, my brothers, and it was just a really happy feeling. And I have a lot of other good memories, every single practice, every game with my teammates, and especially I think it was 2 years ago. We actually went to the Final Four at OCC, and that was just unbelievable. We worked hard, and it was just good memories, and all our team dinners, and especially my own teammates from AAU scoring their 1,000 points. Like Jenna Kashenda, she scored it against us at our court. Witnessing Alexis score her 1,000 points, it was just like so proud of everyone, and it's just we all put in the work and we all got it done.
Yeah, that's such a central theme too, the love for your teammates and all that. Like I remember way back when I was playing basketball, we were talking about during the Bill Clinton administration, even before that. Anyways,
so it was Teddy Roosevelt.
Well, close. One of the Roosevelts. But yeah, I mean, it's like I was telling you guys before we went on the air, I was a horrible basketball player. I was there for ambiance. Make the bench look good. But, yeah, that was always one of my favorite things, too, especially, like, if you go on a road trip and you win a big game on the road, that bus trip back was always so much fun.
Yeah.
So everybody's in such a good mood, you know. But, so, speaking of road trips, what's the farthest you guys have gone to play basketball?
Like, in, like, any, like, school
distance-wise. So have you been, like...
Like for AAU?
Yeah.
Probably Atlantic City.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we went... last year, actually. We went twice.
We went twice to New Jersey.
Yeah, I think that's... We also went to, like, Rochester, like, Albany.
We've been to, like, Massachusetts, too,
yeah.
Pennsylvania.
So you guys got the Northeast covered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, actually, our AAU, we're doing a senior team for our, like, Vibes AAU, and he's taking the 11th graders and the 10th graders to Kentucky. So we never got that chance, but
Actually?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go to that.
Yeah, right?
I know, it's like
Yeah.
What's up with that?
tournament. Yeah. It's like a week-long thing or something.
No, that's really cool, though, that you got to do a lot of traveling along with that. So, but going back to your high school careers, I mean, obviously, when you play each other, that had been your favorite rivalries. But for, like, Alexis, outside of Madison and Herkimer, what were some of your favorite rivalries to play?
I think especially this year playing West Canada and playing Anna, those games were just fun, and especially the one we had at West Canada because it was a close game the whole time, and Miss Munger was going for 500 wins, and so I think her and I feel like anyone on our AAU teams that we play, so like playing Mount Markham with Jenna, or if we play CVA with like Lainey and Izzy, we've played with all of them. It's just always fun to play against people that you played with on the same team.
How about you, Madison?
I think a big rival.
It's all good.
A big rival.
If you notice, I screwed it up, too, so it's okay.
For Herkimer.
I'm not cutting it. It stays, girl.
Like, definitely Frankfurt. Like, we've always played them since, like, modified, and it was just, like, always, like, a competitive game. And, like, we played Dodgeville this year, and, like, we beat them the first time, and then it was, like, close. And then the second time, it was close again. It was, like, one of those, like stressful games. And I think we only played West Canada once this year, but, like, we usually always play them. So it's just, like me versus Anna, and it's just, like, a rivalry, and... Yeah, I think that's just like it.
Yeah, but there you go, right back to that AAU, though, because that's awesome, right? Because, again, now you guys big rivals on the court, but off the court, great friends, but it sounds like it's like almost like one big happy family, really.
Yeah,
once you stop trying to beat each other on the court, of course.
Yeah,
you know?
it really is.
Did you guys play basketball throughout the year when you got into your high school careers, too, in the off-season from varsity? Like, did you do AAU... like in the spring, summer, or
yeah?
Because I'm not familiar with how AAU works.
Yeah, we've done AAU probably every year since 5th grade.
Yeah,
just
like
in
summer
the spring
leagues.
and then summer.
So, any other sports did you guys play? Let us know.
I played soccer and since 8th grade too. I was on varsity since 8th grade, and I'm also doing track right now. And I've been doing that. This is my 3rd year doing track.
Now, are they going to announce you as Mad Dog? That's what I want to know.
Maybe.
Because if you come to Little Falls, we'll have to make sure that it's Mad Dog Marusic.
Mad Dog coming up to the track. Who let the dogs out?
And Alexis, what are some of the other sports you played?
I played field hockey. I played last year and this year, and all the years before that, I played soccer my whole life. And I didn't do anything else in the spring besides AAU.
Well, yeah, because I mean, really, that's got to be one heck of a schedule to try to cram all that in too.
Yeah.
You know, besides school, of course. I mean, you know, school. Wow, we forgot about that. You know, trying to keep your grades up and all that. So it's really commendable to be able to do all of that and keep good grades up. So, you know, you're both entering now into your, you know, the college phase of your careers. Any ideas where we might be going yet?
So
There's
And
rumors.
if you don't, it's okay.
There's
It's,
rumors.
you know,
So you've heard.
Yeah, we've heard a little bit.
I'm not 100% committed yet, but my top choice is Clarkson University, and well, my second choice is Utica University, but looking to make a decision soon. I want to major in physical therapy and continue playing basketball. And
She's going to work for your dad, right?
I was just going to say that. Yeah.
Take over the family business.
Yeah, right.
can't get rid of me.
So I haven't made it like 100% official yet, but I'm gonna go to Clarkson University.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Oh, you're
And-
acting like you didn't know. Come on.
They said they're not 100% sure.
I
So
know, but come on.
No, we're visiting this weekend, and so I'll probably just make it official after that. But I'm looking to play basketball as well. And I'm going to major in biology with pre-physician assistant studies. I actually got into their direct entry PA program, so I'll
Good
be
for
able to
you.
get into that.
wow. Physical therapist and biologist. I suddenly feel like very dumb.
You realize it didn't take much, right?
Yeah, pretty
okay,
much.
all right.
Pretty much. So, you know, we talked about you're going to college and stuff like that. But looking even further down the road, do you think either one of you may want to try coaching someday?
I think definitely. I mean, I love being coached, and I think with all the experience, like the things I've learned from my coaches, I think it's important to like share what I've learned. So I think definitely someday I'd want to maybe be a high school coach, maybe be a modified coach, just do something.
What about you, Alexis?
I never really thought about it, to be honest, until probably this past season when I would just constantly like put my input on like plays or what we had to do and trying to fix things. And then especially when I got injured for a few games, I just felt like I wanted to like coach with Miss Munger. And so that definitely made me think about it a little bit, like maybe I would, but
She got the
We'll see.
bug. She got the bug.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
There you Well, you know, both of you have just been the model of success as far as high school student athletes go. Madison, I'll start with you. Any advice for any, you know, little kid coming up through, say, elementary school that wants to be the next Madison Marusic? What would you tell them to help them succeed?
I would tell them like you can do whatever you like how like you have to put in the work to get where you are. Like you can't just get things handed to you. Like I would not be the player I am today if I didn't let my coaches yell at me to help me improve on what I was doing. If I never listened to my coaches, my dad, and put in the work myself, I would probably be at 100 career points or something. But I think it's very important to like put in the work out, like put in like 30 minutes a day, like shoot some baskets, go for a run, anything, and just know that you can do it. And like no matter like how tired you are, how sore you are, like you can do whatever you put your like mind to. Like
I just heard you can do it in the background. I don't know where that came from.
you can do it.
You can do it.
Just sometimes we just, you know,
Sorry.
sometimes we just had to get him a glass of water. It's okay.
Or stronger.
How about you, Alexis? What would you tell the little kid that wants to be the next Alexis Kress?
I definitely say like the same things Madison was saying. Definitely if you want it, you have to work with it, work for it. I feel like so many people nowadays just think that it'll be handed to them or you'll just magically come out one day and be a superstar, but it really takes all of the work that you can give it, especially behind the scenes when like you no one knows if you're doing like this little workout or shooting outside. you just kind of have to work in silence sometimes, and it will show.
Well, and I'll tell you, you both made it look like it was very fun along the way. So I think that's probably really important too.
Yes, for sure.
To have some fun with it. But again, you know, congratulations to both of you on stellar careers in high school. Is there anybody you'd like to say hi to now that we've got the camera on here? And
I got a
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad. Hi, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
No, I got a question for him.
oh boy, see, I tried to sneak it out of there, but
He tried to sneak out, and I was waiting for when is the end of this. So, Alexis, who on your team would make the best mascot if they couldn't play basketball?
Oh, that's a good one. Mascot. That's interesting.
Yeah, isn't that interesting?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh,
Just
you're gonna kill
envision
me.
them in a suit.
Yeah.
I want you to envision them in a suit out there jumping and firing the crowd up.
Definitely Andy. I can just see her jumping and like sticking her arms out.
Awesome. And
funny.
somebody come to mind for you?
I'd probably say, I mean, I would say myself, but I'd probably
A
say
true team player.
Yes. She just wants to be in a suit.
it just seems fun. I'd probably say Kavana White. She's another senior. She's just like, even on the court, she's like always screaming. She's always doing celebrations, and she's just always having fun, and that's what I love.
Awesome.
So.
I like that. Yeah. That's a really good question. Actually, who would make the best WWE wrestler?
Yeah, I know. I knew he was going to go there. No, but he does that all the time. I had to throw him something different.
Juliana. So.
She'd be climbing all over some guy's neck, right? I can just see her because she's that big.
How about you? Yeah, she's
Probably Savannah Mano.
Perfect.
oh, this is the fun part of the show.
Yeah, I
that's
know.
But again, thank you to both of you for taking the time to come down here and talk to us. And again, congratulations on your stellar career. We're certainly going to be following you through your college career and everything you do. And best of luck. And again, thank you.
Thank you.
All right,
It's
thank
been
you
a
so
really fun
much.
time.
Thank you.
All right, so that was Alexis Kress and Madison Marusic, and that is all the time we have. As a matter of fact, I got to go over to Alexis's dad's shop here real quick because I got to go to PT. So, so there you go. Over to Kress Physical Therapy, Chief Shameless plug. So that's all the time we have here for Small Town Life. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.